Okay, I am back live. Let's just get you guys back over here. What a cluster. Let's see. There you go. Okay, all right, let's see. Let's see. No sound, no sound, no sound, no sound either. Oh, this goes the other way. Ah, check that out. The way you hit refresh is beautiful. We're back in business. Can someone show Susan how to hit refresh and then hit the volume on? There we go. We are here. Where's my video? There we go. Cool, and thank you, Wendy, for being here and supporting this. Sucky stuff happens. There's a little like arrow thing that goes up there. Okay, so can I get confirmation from like one more person? That great, thank you. Sorry, you know, man, I think it's like every once in a while, my laptop needs to get rebooted because something grabs the microphone and won't let it go, and I won't know. So we're, I think maybe protocol for these calls from now on is just going to be like a full reboot every time because of all the crap that can and will happen. So apologize for that. It's not my favorite. I'm gonna scramble around trying to spend 21 minutes finding my friends here, but I think we're all here now. So let's get to the matter at hand. Hi everybody. Let's talk about getting habits to stick. And we had some things that is kind of built on framework, but it's a big part of our entire gestalt, which is, finding things that will make a difference in our lives and finding the ways that we will change those, say, bad habits that we've identified with healthier habits or good habits that are now going to replace them. So let's just say your habit was smoking cigarettes and it was helping you relieve stress, right? That's pretty cool. And now the upgraded habit that you're going to instill and get going in your life is going to be the habit of walking every morning and doing 20 breaths every time you feel stressed out, right? That days really is because if you want the habit of walking every morning to become the thing that you do, you just got to kind of force yourself to do it for long enough for it to become burned in. And the traditional science says anywhere from 21 to 90 days, depending on kind of how ingrained it is and how much challenge to your system it is, and all that kind of like stress resilience and a bunch of things that are talked about there. So the nature of how we're laying out our work for the Gong is really in making sure that whatever it is that we've agreed to do, we agree to keep doing. And as we keep doing it every day for as long as it takes, and for us, this kind of agreed upon term is 100 days, then we will, in effect, have created that as a habit. And then that doesn't mean, I want to be very clear about this. We've had a few people in our universe, be like, okay, I did some things and, they were really good and I felt really great. And then my gong was over and I stopped. If they were really good and they were really great and they were serving you, then maybe you just keep them as part of your life, right? Or maybe you keep a version of them as part of your life so that you can continue to build on that and have like this trajectory of growth that is supportive and sustainable and all the wonderful things that actually make us better. So doing your gong is good medicine, right? I'm starting next week when I'm back I get back on a bird again tomorrow, and I'm kind of lecturing into a bunch of stuff, and then I'm back Sunday night and then kind of in town mostly through the whole summer. And so starting gong, starting with, the cleanse and the diet and all that kind of stuff. And I've had dozens of gongs, and over the years, there's things that I've found during the gongs that have been incredibly helpful, right? Very supportive of my process. So I'm in a gong right now. I got up this morning and did my Qigong. Why? Because it's a habit. Actually, I don't know what to do in the morning other than my habit because I've been doing it for so long, especially this morning Qigong set. I think you guys have it in module 8, if I'm not mistaken. It's the one where you circle your palms, get your palms, kind of a bonus video that's in there. And that's been part of my thing for, God, going on 20 years, right? So I've been doing this damn thing every morning for 20 years. I don't even know what to do in the mornings without it. I get up, I do it before I pee. And guess what? I have to pee every morning. And so it's a wonderful reminder to kind of hack into your biology before you get your day started. And so I start my day with conscious awareness. I start my day with some sort of meticulous understanding of my own, with access to my kid. Here's the problem: is on Wednesdays after the clinic, I will come home to do these calls instead of go back to the office. And so, but then he knows I'm home, so he's like, "Hey, I hear Daddy upstairs." Like, what the hell? Why isn't he playing with me? So, God bless him. He's adorable. So I am now doing this every morning, and so my nightly routine and meditate, I built that in, and that's what I do every morning. I meditate. So part of the gestalt of building these habits, making them stick, is already built into kind of the core curriculum of what we do here, which is our work on the gong, right? And so doing a gong means really kind of laying the foundation for the habits to stick. And in doing so, giving ourselves like enough runway, which is 100 days, and kind of like a framework, if you will, to allow for that to be the case. And so, it's really built into the infrastructure. And I know we had a couple questions about it, but once you start doing gongs, who here has finished a gong? Just go ahead and hit it in the chat thread there. Once you start doing gongs and finishing gongs and successfully finishing gongs, it's a different feeling. It's a different thing. It's a fundamentally different way of approaching life. And I find it to be incredibly valuable, relevant, powerful for those, especially for those who I want to hear from the people who've actually done it, because it makes a very big difference in how we look at ourselves, how we look at our worlds. So I'm just, did I lose the chat thread? No, let's see, people there. So I'm gonna take a sip of water. Joanne finished one, Roberta finished one, Lainey on her third gong. Susan finished one, or Susan Me Too is on her third gong. Unclear, but Susan's definitely done at least one. Yeah, and so we have a number of people. I'd probably say, and a lot of our people are like Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, so this time doesn't work for them. We have tremendously more people listening to the replays than we do live, but unfortunately, I'm not doing these at 4 in the morning. My video and audio are breaking up. I can't help that right now. So sorry, I don't know what to do there. Gina, day gong, felt accomplished. Took afterwards, realized I'm better on a gong. It's the routine. Yeah, Gina, I hear you on that. I am way better on a gong. I am way, way better on a gong. I have, all sorts of really bad habits that love to sneak in. I love a good party. I love a good pumpkin pie. And there's a lot of things that don't really serve me that I would just as easily do. And, let's face it, like back in my 20s, I could eat this laptop and not worry about it because I would just digest it in 6 minutes. And I turned 40 in 6 days. And so turning 40, it's like things are a little slower. And so, you can't take the same kind of, you can't go the same distance with food and not gain weight. You can't. And so so you have to be better, you have to be more disciplined so that you can live the life that you want to live. Okay, cool. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, and sorry, some of you who don't come in as a guest, it's like guest 8703. I at this stage I can't control the Wi-Fi. Normally when I'm in the clinic sucks. We're getting new internet there. The office is amazing. But the house is halfway between the office and the clinic, and what I'm doing now is, as patients all day, and then I bang over here, is I'm switching my clinic days to Tuesdays sometime in August, so that Wednesdays I'll just be in the office and have the super speed internet right there, and we pay more than I care to admit for internet, and it's good. It's really good over there. Thought break after gong was the gift to myself. No, the gong is the gift to myself. Self-care. You got it, Gina. That's exactly it. That's the thought right there. So do your gong and understand that your gong is your gift of self-care, so that when you take your break, you don't reward yourself with poison. You don't reward yourself with laziness in a way that doesn't serve you. Yeah, sure, it feels good. Like take some of the pressure off for a minute, but effectively look at who you are on your gong and how much better you are. Okay, so we're rolling right into the book review. For those of you who don't know what that is, I've had a few of our students volunteer to do like synopsis of Rise and Shine, and I have a discussion, so they have questions. If you go to the Facebook page, you will find the questions from this week's book review. I'm going to go pull up my copy of it right now, and I'm going to be right back and we'll talk about it. Where the heck is it? Oh, Sarah, I got an email from you today. I will catch up on it. There are... still trying to find it. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go pull it off the... I'm going to pull it off the Facebook page myself. I'm not seeing it in my inbox. On the Life Mastery forum. We're still calling it Life Mastery until I get the artwork for the Urban Monk. Here it is. So you go over there, and Susan uploaded it this week, so I'm going to download it. Chapter 2, Part B. The heck is this? Download. Is anyone else having trouble opening this? Just open it. No. Is Mercury in retrograde again? Hold on. Found it. Okay, so you just hit preview in there and then we're good. Make sure you guys are good. Come back. Yeah, preview worked. Okay. Okay, under news time. Okay, cool. So thank you, Susan, for doing it. Hit preview because the download doesn't work, and then we're in business. So I'm going to go over for those of you who have, who are hanging on this part of the call. I'm basically going to answer the questions, and then I'll come back to the chat room because I can't really do both very well. So thank you for the summary, Susan. Talking about the law of karma, not living in the present moment. So the summary is for y'all to just look at yourselves, and let me go down to the questions. Okay. As per last week, what if it's going on around you, people trying to engage with you, spouse, something wants to engage when you don't, you think you don't care, but then you're apathetic. What are your suggestions here? So there's a question from last week that carried on, is, if you're trying to create good boundaries and stay distant from, the energies that kind of pull you out of your happy zone, and you're not going to engage in some behavior that someone else is kind of, how do you do so when you live with a spouse and they try to get engaged? That's called verbal dialogue. Challenging them about what they're doing and being like, hey, so see what you're doing here is you're trying to get me to engage in this thing that I'm not interested in. So I be very brutally honest about it and kind of call their attention to it and say, so this is you, and this is the game that I'm not playing anymore. So I engage, but what are you really trying to say? Do you need attention? What's your love language, right? And so we could get into love languages on a different call, but really say, what you really need from me is what, and find out what their language is, and that if you can engage with them in a way that actually fulfills them, other than some sort of codependent drama, because that's usually where people live, right? Page 51. Thank you for the cup example. It brought the concept of how anticipation, grief, worry affect us into sharp focus. A great way, a way to gently check in with ourselves and release what's no longer serving us. Cool, you're welcome. So, yeah. Okay, page 52. Imagine we've all been born as these little holographic offshoots of the one flame, and the energy of life is moving through us, to the fulfillment of our personal destinies. Can you expand on the holographic offshoots analogy as it relates to our existence in this time space for our experiences? Sure. So when you start looking at the world of holograms, it's very interesting mathematically, because it's kind of like fractal mathematics. And so a small piece of a hologram is the entire hologram, and it can go out to infinity, and it goes down to the initial fractal coding. And so it's a very interesting analogy to look at the entire universe and the encoding of the universe, and how things just kind of layer on each other in multiple realms. And so, there's certain laws of physics that we abide by in our flesh and blood, but then once we drop into our cellular level, and once we go into a macro level, we get into all sorts of different quantum laws of physics that really show that time and space just fold and unfold and emanate in ways that are very different in our linear understanding here on Earth. And we have a very interesting analogy, I'll say, in the hologram, in that, this stuff called DNA that encodes for us this kind of process of life. And the DNA has this language of communication that we found is done, which basically, as it zips and unzips, there's little photons that are shot. And these photons, almost as if they're traveling through fiber optic networks of their own communication, communicate with all the other DNA in our entire body simultaneously, and then tell it what's going on, so that the rest of the DNA open and close and encode kind of on its own super system. And now we're finding crossover between us and the DNA and all the life around us. And there's this code, there's this message, there's this programming of which we are all part, that's encoded and kind of locked into this DNA and this language of communication that really codes for all of life. And so it's like a holographic algorithm. And as we get deep into our own consciousness, our own psyche, we become, one, viscerally aware of this, and two, once we get to the point where we understand and can listen to the language of, if you will, the language of creation, that's the undercurrent of happening within our psyche and our consciousness, that's when we can get to epigenetics and the self-expression and the unfolding of our flower into a different emanation. And that's when it gets really exciting. That's when you get like animagus. That's when you get all sorts of like cool spiritual stuff that happens, is when people tap into that language. And that's what the fireworks are. Page 54, the Lucifer experiment. We give our shadow more energy until it contains more power than a conscious field. This is how I believe people are driven to participate in atrocities. So do you believe this is evil or just mental aberration, or both, in your opinion? That's a great question. I think evil is there to show us the light. So it's all God, and God has created an opportunity for love. But there is evil, and agents of evil that I've met, and talking to a guy who's done a lot of exorcisms today. There is evil out there, and corral and drive people to more evil. But the mechanism of this really is our tendency to allow our subconscious to go unchecked, to allow for the shadow to pick up more and more energy until it kind of develops for its own entity, this demons or evil demonic entities. They latch in, they latch on, and they manipulate. The ability to relate the psychology and to the Hebrew understood. It's all a fun of leveraging us, leveraging us with messaging and pounding us with and to change our beliefs on things that have leaked very tend or the the war 6.2 fill the charged memory to a storyline that rational this. For example, be if you were scared of you carry this storyline into your adult. I just want to read that and make sure I right. But also, okay, let's take it into a different arc, which is you feel the charged memory of emotion, and then you go to a storyline. A lot of people do it through religion, greed, idle avarice, and then you go to some sort of biblical storyline to kind of pull you out and intellectualize that, kind of a different behavior, which is arguably good, right? But you feel you might have been up with no money and the Okay, can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello, hello, refresh. Try me now. All right, okay, we're back. What a buzzkill. Oh my goodness, I am sorry. I was talking to myself for a long time. And I was good too. I was doing some good work for myself. Ah, I don't know where the hell to restart. What was the last part that was coherent? Like, what was the last question that you guys actually heard? Maybe we can start. Okay, so for those of you who can hear me, what I want to do is okay. So screw this. It's not going to work. Let's waste your time. Any to do is switch different days so I can do it from the office. I think for the next weeks we'll do not night. And just hard and then figure out the tech and the with my client is what I'll switch back to when problem because I'll be at the office. So verify that you guys need this so that just like off. Cool. Okay, thanks.